Where's Drea?
Seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Today on Studio G, we go behind the scenes of UNLV's brand new hospitality building.
We watch as young soccer players compete against the best teams in the city in this year's Mayor's Cup.
And we sit down with the new director of UNLV's journalism program. Don't go anywhere. Studio G starts right now. Welcome to Studio G. I'm Connor Glisson.
And I'm Chase Christensen. And we're here to bring you the latest in all things news. A mother whose son was killed in the tragic shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School is now pushing for tighter regulations on guns. In a committee meeting with Florida lawmakers, Linda Schulman called assault rifles, quote, weapons of war that no civilian should have. She went on to advocate for new legislation that would raise the age requirement for buying assault rifles from 18 to 21 years old. Schulman says she wants to prevent tragedies like the one that killed her son from happening to other kids, but lawmakers in Florida are running out of time to act on gun control. The state's legislative session is set to end on March 9th.
A federal judge is refusing to stop construction of President Trump's border wall. Opponents of the wall took to the courtroom to express their concerns, suggesting President Trump illegally waived environmental regulations before beginning construction. But despite their arguments, Judge Gonzalo Curiel gave workers the green light to continue building the wall. Curiel is the same judge Trump accused of being biased in 2017 because of his Mexican heritage. Curiel was born and raised in Indiana.
The start of the spring semester brought a lot of new changes to UNLV, including the unveiling of the new hospitality building. Reporter Diana Zainadine has all the details on Hospitality Hall.
A Hospitality Hall open house is being held for the campus and community, and we're going to show you a sneak peek of the new and improved Hospitality Hall at UNLV. The Hospitality Hall is constructed in the heart of the UNLV campus, only a few blocks away from the greatest hospitality establishment in the world, the Las Vegas Strip. With modern amenities and experimental learning spaces, the Hospitality Hall attracts both students and educators with a true passion for the hospitality industry.
So one of the things we really wanted to do was that we wanted to create a space that kind of mimicked the space that our students will be working in when they graduate. So you'll notice as you walk around Hospitality Hall, it's just as nice as many of the resorts, and it's modeled after the resorts. So the way we funded the building was we did not want it to be named after one company, because what we really tried to do was show our students that the hospitality industry is multifaceted. So what we did is the way we funded the building is we asked for to be a founder was $2.5 million. But then we had different other levels of $1 million, $500,000, and as low as $5,000 or $25,000. And so companies just have been incredibly supportive.
A world-class program demands a world-class academic building. The Hospitality Hall provides the setting and the resources students need to learn the fast-paced, ever-changing world of hospitality. With faculty guidance and industry partnerships, the Hospitality Hall helps set a new standard of excellence for the hospitality education. For Studio G, I'm Diana Zainuddin.
Hospitality Hall is the newest building on campus since the construction of Greenspun Hall in 2008. Many say that the new facility sets the standard for hospitality programs around the country.
And another building will soon be making its way onto the UNLV campus. Construction for UNLV's first ever on-campus apartments is set to resume under new management. City officials, construction for the degree According to university officials, construction for the degree, a new student living complex located off of Cottage Grove Avenue and Maryland Parkway, ceased in September after contractual issues delayed work on the project. In a Board of Regents meeting last December, Midby Construction said they were actively searching for a new general contractor to replace Corte Construction. Officials could not comment on the nature of the issue, but new reports say Martin Harris Construction will be taking over the project. The new developer has worked with UNLV in the past, building the university's Tropicana parking garage in 2008. Recruiters for the degree say the building is 73% finished, but officials are still unsure whether the project will be completed by the projected opening on August 1st.
This year's flu season has been one of the deadliest in our nation's history, but health officials say that the virus is showing signs of slowing down. CNN's Mary Maloney has the latest updates on the outbreak.
The grip of the flu season appears to be weakening. The CDC says for the first time this season, the number of people going to the doctor for flu-like symptoms is down. But the CDC cautions the flu is still widespread, with half the country experiencing high activity. For the week ending February 17th, flu activity remained elevated in most states. 5 states, Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Utah, and Wisconsin, reported moderate activity of flu-like illnesses. 3 states, Florida, Idaho, and Washington, experienced low activity. 3 other states, Maine, Montana, and North Dakota, showed only minimal activity, but high activity of flu-like illnesses continued in the remaining 39 states from coast to coast. To protect yourself against the flu, get the flu shot. Try to avoid contact with sick people and wash your hands with soap and water often. Experts expect the flu season to continue through March. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
This year's flu shot has only proven to be about 36% effective, but doctors say getting vaccinated is still the body's best line of defense against the virus.
Coming up, we'll take a look at some young soccer players looking to go pro.
Sit tight, we'll be right back after the break.
Show's name is the Rebel and Revolt show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but then we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought it was just going to be fun, just me in a room playing music, and it's blossomed into something beyond what I imagined. Like, people just love it. There's like, a lot of people are eager and excited to be a part of UNLV radio. A lot of people didn't even know UNLV had a radio station, so I'm glad to be bringing that awareness to the Vegas community.
It feels great. It's a great accomplishment because it starts as something that nobody knows about. You get to build it from the ground up. So it builds your work ethic. It also gives you a sense of accomplishment when it's like, man, we made it. We did something. We made something that nobody else has made. So
it's great to be part of the student community and having to bring something to the student body with music, which is one of my passions.
I feel like it's giving me a voice, and not just for me, but for people who have something they are passionate about. And I just want to, keep that conversation going and let other people see what we're talking about here.
It's amazing to have an opportunity to play whatever it is that you want to play. It's also a great way to connect and meet with new artists, great people, just music lovers in general.
What's up? It's your girl Scribe Cash. This is
the Prince Madison. This is the Takeover.
Played by the video games Live Orchestra.
Yeah, on Twitter at Miles Low Music and
Every first Friday of the month, the Arts District in downtown Las Vegas gathers people together for a time of food, fun, and fellowship. Studio G reporter Tessa Cardwell has all the details on the city's First Friday activities.
I'm Tessa Cardwell with Studio G at First Friday. Let's see what it has in store for us.
First Friday is a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting local artists and culture.
First Friday to me means an area for you to be able to sell and a time to be with your family. It's called bombsandbubbles.com.
Bombsandbubbles.com. Get out
Everything
here.
is handmade, and all of our parts come from different places in the U.S. Everything except for probably the stones inside of the jewelry would be sourced here in the U.S. The stones sourced in different places. My name is David Florendo, and this is Urban Geometry.
First Friday strives to create a long-lasting community-wide effort to enrich society, in particular to low-income and disenfranchised communities. The First Friday Foundation works with community-driven organizations in Las Vegas, such as schools, youth groups, senior citizens, ethnic and faith-based organizations, and other nonprofits.
First Friday is really good for us. We actually do it every month, and we do it with different options. We do the corn option out here, and we do our bakery that we produce items here in Las Vegas. We love it because of the community. We branch our building for our brand. We like having a lot of people come out and check us out. And then it's a place where a lot of vendors can get together. We try different foods, cuisines, art, crafts, and whatnot. So it's pretty good for us. This business here is the Hot Corn and More. You can check us out at hotcornandmorelv.com. And then the bakery is the Cookie Bar lv.com.
The first Friday of every month comes seek, discover, inspire, and explore creativity in all forms, as well as enjoy food from local food trucks and other activities. For more information and upcoming events, visit ffflv.org.
You can check out the festival every first Friday of the month in the Las Vegas Arts District on Charleston Boulevard. Now let's turn it over to Denier for your daily weather update.
Thank you, Chase. Good afternoon, Rebels. So today our weather is 52 degrees with mostly sunny. It's going to upgrade and go to 60 to the highs, and then it's going to drop down to mid-lows in the 40s. So make sure you wear a jacket tonight if you're out doing anything on campus or off campus. I wish you guys would fix this clicker. And for our picture of the day, our picture of the day is from Las Vegas Channel 3 News. Southern Nevada Boy Scouts finally welcomed girls to the Boy Scouts of America. Girls officially joined this year for the first time. There were 4 girls from Las Vegas Troop 130 who received their Bobcat Mert badges yesterday night. Congratulations, girls. Our 5-day forecast is going to be for Wednesday, it's going to be sunny, breezy. Thursday, it's going to be 64. And Friday, Saturday, it's going to be high 60, low 50s. But it's going to be sunny throughout the week, so just make sure you guys bring a jacket or a little sweater. Throughout the valley, we have Centennial being 48, Henderson being 51, North Las Vegas is 52, This morning on campus, if you guys are going to class or working out, it's going to be a high of 52, mostly sunny. Wind speeds is 5 miles per hour. Humidity is high 43% right now. Tonight, if you're in the rec center working out or at studying in the rec, it's going to drop down to low 40s. It's going to be mostly cloudy. Wind speed is going to drop to 11 miles per hour and humidity 37%. Our national forecast, we have in the west, we have Seattle, Portland. It's going to mixture of rain, ice, and snow. And then in the Midwest and South, they are experiencing rain, thunderstorms, and slightly clouds. And in the Northeast, they are experiencing sunny weather up there. Now back to the anchors at the studio.
Thanks, Denier. Over the weekend, the city of Las Vegas and the downtown Las Vegas Soccer Club co-hosted their annual soccer tournament. In the Mayor's Cup, teams of young soccer players from around the world compete against the best of the best, showcasing their skills in front of friends and family. Boys from ages 11 to 19 are eligible to compete, each team fighting to be the best in their division.
We push them, I think sometimes a little too much, sometimes that's a negative part on them, sometimes we have to let them push themselves. Pushing themselves will let them know that that's what they want. Sometimes we push them as parents and it's a negative effect, but if we let them push themselves and know what their goal is, it works out better.
How to work hard, and that hard work really benefits you in the long run, and that you just learn so many lessons about life being on a team like this.
For these young soccer players, the Mayor's Cup is much more than a tournament. Many of the players have goals to play professional soccer in the future and see it as an opportunity to be scouted.
Well, for me, I think I've been playing soccer since my whole life, and for me it's important, and I just like the sport.
For like the span of 3 weeks, we've played 18, I think, or 15 through 18, I don't know. And we're undefeated, and so that's a pretty good thing.
I want to go pro, play for the U.S. national team.
So, did you play soccer growing up?
I did not, but it's awesome because that can easily turn into something more.
I know,
that's really cool.
It takes a lot of work for sure, like any other sport.
Dedication.
Oh,
always.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination, hand-eye-foot coordination. Yeah, it's tough.
A lot of motivation and coordination. Up next, we're sitting down with the new director of the journalism program.
Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Our Metropolis is a 30-minute show that airs every Tuesday evening at 91.5. You're going to hear Dr. Gary Larson along with our regular contributors talking about what matters to our community. And not only what matters, but why does it matter? We look at our community as a whole, but we also pay special attention to what's happening here at UNLV because that's our home as well. So looking at our Metropolis through the lens of a radio show really gives us the unique perspective to tell a story through words and through people, and I think it makes for a great program.
I really enjoy doing my show. I love all types of rock, and that's why I'm doing Rock Through the Decades. We play the 50s all the way to today's rock music or rock bands. I want them to get the appreciation of how much rock has changed over the years and how it's still really great. You can never kill rock. I mean, rock is like the way to be, the way to go. The name of my show is Rock Through the Decades, and I am Rockin' Gemini. You can listen to this on the Rebel HD2 network.
Hi, welcome back to Studio G. Now we're sitting here with Director of UNLV Journalism. It's Kevin Stoker. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so can you tell us more about your background? What drew you here to UNLV?
My background is originally I was a journalist in Salt Lake City and decided to go back to grad school. I went to the University of Alabama and got a master's and PhD there, and I've taught in North Carolina, Georgia, and back at I taught at BYU, and then taught at Texas Tech University before coming here.
Awesome.
So I came here because I thought this is a great program with terrific potential, and I thought this is a place where I can really make a contribution, and I was excited to meet the people here too.
Right. So, like, what is your vision for the new department?
Vision is that we be innovative and relevant.
Right.
That our students are moving through at a good pace, that they're able to take classes, they're going to well prepare them for the future in terms of professional careers,
right.
But also that they're going to have some fun too.
Yeah.
They're going to be good classes. You know, we've changed the core curriculum to include social and digital media, to include storytelling and design. So we have the typical classes that we have, but we're also emphasizing other classes like mobile storytelling. We will have great classes, I think, in journalism and media studies, and also in public relations and advertising.
Definitely. I know that was an issue last year with the prerequisites. So what do you think that process of understanding what the problem was, like how did you come up with the solution? Like how did you come up with
Well, you know, I'm not sure exactly what the problems you had last year with the prereqs, but the idea was that we had to kind of create our own prereq curriculum. In other words, what were they going to be? And so the idea was to create classes that there will be, you know, that they can be taught to a larger group of students and bring more students into the program. Right. We feel like the program is ready to grow. We're really on that the position to grow, and now we need to make sure that there's offerings to students that will bring them through in a very systematic and exciting way.
Right. So you've already started making some changes to those classes like you mentioned. How would they be structured differently than they were in the past?
Well, it's not so much that they're structured different, it'll be new classes.
Okay, just all new?
Yeah, no, not all new, but just enough. A balance of old. So we'll still have the fundamentals course, the beginning course, that introduces you to everything in our major. We'll still have writing. I mean, you got to write well.
Of course.
I mean, that's critical.
Yeah.
And then, then we'll add on there social and digital media, and we'll have more courses on social media. We had a test course this semester on social media strategies, and we also introduced some more courses in terms of popular culture and journalism, and very, you know, to go along with what we already have.
Right, and students can see you around campus also if they need to.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. We'd love to have them come see us.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and as you guys can see, we are thankful as journalism students also for your help. So thank you for joining us here today.
Yeah, don't be strangers.
Perfect. We hope to see you in the future, and people will be able to talk to you and get more information about classes too.
Great, thanks.
Back to the anchors.
A lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the RevoltHD2.com.
Get to do an internship, you have to do an internship. It's one of the requirements for a journalism major. You have to do an internship before you can graduate.
Definitely having an internship as a requirement really helps push yourself out there and to just remind you that your graduation is coming up soon. You're going to have to need some work experience in your career. So it's really good to put yourself out there early on, and they tend to help students a lot more. So when you do a student internship, it really helps out a lot.
Our Metropolis is a 30-minute show that airs every Tuesday evening at 91.5. You're going to hear Dr. Gary Larson along with our regular contributors talking about what matters to our community. And not only what matters, but why does it matter? We look at our community as a whole, but we also pay special attention to what's happening here at UNLV because that's our home as well. So looking at our Metropolis through the lens of a radio show really gives us the unique perspective to tell a story through words and through people, and I think it makes for a great program.
Welcome back. The iconic uniforms of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders will soon be making their way into the Smithsonian. A new display in the museum's American Culture exhibit will feature uniforms worn throughout the team's history, including the vintage 1980s outfits featuring blue sequins and white go-go boots. The team says they are grateful to receive such an honor.
Music legend Dolly Parton is supporting literacy with a massive donation of books to America's biggest library. The Jolene singer made an appearance at the Library of Congress Tuesday to dedicate the 100 millionth book from her charity, Imagine Library. Parton's charity has given more than 1.1 million children books to read within the last month. A little boy in Massachusetts got the ultimate surprise after finding out he was cancer-free.
CNN's Duke Castiglione explains how his community came together to welcome him back to school.
After a long battle with leukemia, the Brookline Police and Fire Departments, along with hundreds of his classmates and friends, escorted 9-year-old Mateo Goldman, a 4th grader at the Driscoll School, back to school today.
It was cool and very awesome.
It certainly was. First diagnosed back in November of 2016, Mateo fought through so much to get here. 9 surgeries, 8 days of full body radiation, 6 rounds of chemo, and a stem cell transplant. He's now cancer-free and feeling great.
What was the best part of today?
Having the police escort and going back to school.
Not only the police, the fire department.
Yeah.
Today also a huge day for Mateo's mom and dad, Mandy and Nick, as well as his 2 brothers, Leo and Milo, and his little sister, Violet.
It was overwhelming, all the people coming out for us, and it felt really good.
I complain about the mundane every day, and I remind myself that, you know what, my 9-year-old's a super fighter.
Now, as surprised as Mateo was today, he actually surprised his classmates the Friday before vacation, jumping out from behind a curtain at a school assembly.
He's definitely a fighter.
Oh yeah, I gotta say, that story is incredible. I mean, can you imagine having to fight for your life for such a long time and then being able to return to school like it's normal?
It's a very sweet and endearing story, for sure.
That's incredible. Well, that's all the time we have for you today.
Be sure to catch us tomorrow for another episode of Studio G. See ya!